Perfect. We are live. Okay, we have a minute down and we'll have the countdown. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're calling in from. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to our second client monthly webinar. So, first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the webinar idea. These started off when we figured out that franchise filming as a company, we help so many clients tackle some pretty significant challenges. And some of these projects really deserve the attention beyond just the client and ourselves. And today's session is exactly that. We have had so much fun working with Mr. Reuter to bring their campaign idea to life. And it was a lot of fun from the get-go. And we thought, let's invite Ryan back to join us today and walk down the memory lane together and share some secret tricks and tips to help all the marketing folks in franchising. So we are going to get started. Thank you for joining us live today. A quick intro about myself. I help the company with all things sales and marketing. And at FranchiseFilming, we are the only video production company nationwide that specializes in franchising, if you don't know already. And we obviously have Trevor, the founder and CEO of the company, joining us live today also because he sold the deal. So he will know a lot more detail about the project than myself, of course. And today's session is all things from head to toe video marketing campaign. So without further ado, I am sure you're excited to dive right in with Ryan and Trevor. So can we get started with a quick introduction with both of our guests? Trevor, do you want to get started?
Trevor Rappleye, yeah. Hello, people that don't know me. This was such a fun project to be a part of. A tiny bit about me for those that don't know. I've been filming since I was 13. I've never had another job. I started when I was converting VHS to DVD back in 2002. So things have changed a lot. Really happy to be here. I love what I do. Thank you.
Man of the hour, Ryan. Popcorn to you.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Reid. I'm a marketing director with Mr. Reuter Plumbing, which is part of Neighborly, and been with Mr. Reuter for about 2.5 years. Previous to that in my career, I've had the pleasure of working for corporate marketing teams at Bass Pro Shops, Petco, Sky Zone Trampoline Parks, and excited to be here at Neighborly and share more about all the success we've had with this video project we did with FranchiseFilming.
All right, so I am going to add our slides to stage. So this is the game plan for today for our audience. We are going to talk about the project needs, the nature of the brand itself, and then we'll deep dive into the entire timeline from the planning to prop and material buying, strategizing the content, coordinating, scheduling, all the little detail leading up to the actual filming day. And then we'll talk about set building during the filming day, and how we are really helping Mr. Reuter to solve the problem that they have. Then we'll actually watch a final video that's being produced and discuss how it's being used, any transformations, results, and ROI. And then we'll also, because this is a pretty big scale project that not every single brand would have every single year. So I thought it would be fantastic for Ryan and Trevor to share a couple of do's and don'ts as you're planning for your next campaign, and we'll go through any best practices and Q&A. There is a question tab that you can ask questions along the way. So feel free to just keep this session interactive, ask any questions. And for those who are watching LinkedIn Live, feel free to connect with our audience and host and our guest today. Ask any questions that you may have, and I will find window opportunity in between the sessions or towards the end to answer them live. And we have a QR code here on the right corner. So if you'd like to discuss about your next marketing campaign, pick some idea, brainstorm with me, feel free to scan that QR code and we'll get started with that. So let's get the ball rolling. We already had that. Now, Ryan, I want to ask a bit about Mr. Rooter, and can you give us a bit of an understanding, what you do at Mr. Rooter and the nature of the business and the project needs and the brand needs?
Sure. So Mr. Rooter Plumbing is part of Neighborly. So Neighborly is a franchisor of about 19 different home services brands. So we're part of a very big family here at Neighborly. Mr. Rooter has about 240 locations across the U.S. and Canada, and so yeah, that's kind of from a bird's eye view who Mr. Rooter is. We specialize in both residential and commercial plumbing. So definitely, I'd say most of our business skews more toward the residential side, but we've got plenty of commercial as well. So I know our video content definitely had a residential slant to it, so it's probably the side we'll talk to most today. But yeah, that's who Mr. Rooter is.
Thank you. And Ryan, share with us, how did this project and this filming came about? Did Trevor cold call you, or how did that came about, hey, we have this need, and find out who's in the market that can do that? Can you walk through, what was the need and how did you end up choosing FranchiseFilming?
Sure. So we've been, FranchiseFilming had worked with a number of Neighborly brands, prior to us. So we already had that relationship, and so we knew that we wanted to do something with FranchiseFilming. We were just kind of looking for the right opportunity, and we really, at the time of this project and continuing today, have a very strong focus on SEO. And so we knew that we wanted our video production to kind of kill two birds with one stone. Our franchise owners are always looking for more creative assets that speak specifically to the services that we provide. So going beyond simply just branding, but what are the specific services that they could market in their advertising? So we knew that we wanted to create videos that really spoke to those specific services. And with our focus on SEO, we realized that we have an opportunity here to leverage these videos to improve the SEO value of our website by putting these videos on the actual service pages that are specific to those offerings. We knew that we would enhance the SEO value of those pages, which happens a number of ways. By putting a video on there, you're increasing the amount of time that a user spends on the page, which Google likes to see, but also the content of the video, the script gets crawled by Google. And so all of that script counts as keywords and content, toward your SEO ranking. So we were really excited about the opportunity that this project presented us to not only provide an asset to our franchise owners for advertising purposes, but also use it to enhance our website.
Awesome. Okay, so basically the project kind of started off thinking about, since Neighborly is already using FranchiseFilming, It's easier that we are already part of the network, but also we are looking to serve the franchisee better. So how can we create some content to help franchisee to get more leads into their pipeline? And so the idea of creating video content specifically breakdown per service has helped the franchisee to basically perform better, but also bring more traffic to the website.
Exactly. Yes,
Okay.
and that's exactly what we're here for here at Neighborly, is always on the lookout for how we better serve our franchise owners and make it easier for them to do business. So, absolutely.
So I understand that this project, I think the project outcome, we have produced 8 video out of that. Was that a 1 filming day, 2 filming day, Trevor? Can you walk us through about how did that come about?
Right. So first off, all the late nights building this, talking to you, talking to the team, figuring out, how do we film the toilet scene without as I almost dropped my water bottle, without ripping out a toilet, right? Those fun things actually drove a lot of this idea to build a set, right? Which is, as much as I wish someone would let us rip up their toilet in real life, why don't we build a set that makes it so that set we can rip it up and nobody will say anything, right? So this really came to life from Ryan coming to us and really, I would say 30 different phone calls of just, hey, I have this idea. What should we do? Instead of doing 1 service video, is there a way we could do 8? I think it was, Ryan, 8 total.
Yes, 8 total. Just slightly ambitious. Yeah.
Yes. We did it, right? And
we did it.
And we never say yes to something that we can't do, right? So being able to say, hey, we can do 2 a day. Okay, if we do 2 a day, then we can do 2 or 3 days back-to-back filming. So it really came about from the need of how can Mr. Reuter give videos that every franchisee can use at the local level. That's actually engaging, that is bright and humanizing and happy. We've all seen terrible home service videos and terrible plumbing videos, right? So we didn't want to do that. So Ryan, this was really fun to be able to unpack it, and I feel like I know so much about your world now. So
awesome. So I want to go deep dive into the planning stage, right? So we talked about the final video is essentially we have a whole new set built out specifically for Mr. Reuter. And Ryan, why is there such a need to do so? Why can't we just use a house?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, before kind of getting into the specifics of the set, I just want to mention too that, with plumbing, so much of what we're doing is hard to see. The homeowner can't really see what is going on, underground or behind the walls, and so I really think part of, that element right there is a lot of why these videos are so important, and why they offer so much value to both the consumer as well as the franchise owners, to really provide a visual for what exactly this service looks like and what it is that we're getting done. When it came to the sets and the set design, one of my first projects when I first started here at Mr. Reuter was doing a photo shoot. So I learned the hard way what happens when you try to shoot in a traditional bathroom in a house. And for still photography, we were able to make it work on that project. But I could see that, most bathrooms are really tight spaces, and a lot of times we'll have, a wall maybe right in front of the toilet and might be long and narrow. And so I knew that for this specific video, which a traditional bathroom is going to be very hard to translate, what exactly it is that the service we're providing, and using a traditional house. Not to mention, you've got to take the toilet apart. And so any house that we're going to shoot in, that we're renting, is probably not going to be too keen to have us in there dismantling the toilet. In a separate vein, one of the other videos that we shot, and I think to me this one is the one that's really exciting, we shot a video for our trenchless line repair. So whenever, obviously, a lot of times plumbing involves digging and can involve some pretty invasive digging in your yard if the problem, warrants that, to dig up the line. And one of the really exciting offerings that we have at Mr. Rooter is trenchless line repair. So we can go down and, replace that line without having to dig up the whole yard. And so, but there's still some digging that is required to get that done. And also to get the shot to show what's really happening underground, we needed to be able to show the pipe that's underground. And so Trevor and team had the brilliant idea to make that a set and to create a faux yard that sits on top of the regular yard that would not require us to do any digging at the location site. And so yeah, that's those two are kind of how the needs for the custom sets came about.
Yeah, and just so people can get that, if this is someone's yard, right? We literally built, I don't have any other things except what's on my desk. We built this, which is our custom made dirt and look-alike lawn, and we tore this apart without actually touching the lawn of the actual house. So that was really cool, Ryan, to realize, well, how can we do this without involving insurance and extra expenses? All right, let's build our own. And that's what we did. So
awesome. Ryan, that sounds like to me like you guys really take the extra mile to paint a real picture of how the services is being done, right? Why is that so important?
Yeah, so I mean, authenticity was everything with this project. The reason it's so important is that we knew these videos were going to be more than just ads that flash across the TV screen or across YouTube. These ads are going to live on our website, on the pages that advertise these services. So, this is the destination that a consumer is going to come to learn, like, do I want to hire Mr. Rooter to do this job? And so the videos, it was imperative that the videos be, 100% accurate and truly reflect the quality of work that Mr. Rooter does and the caliber to show that, yeah, we're the right brand for the job.
And that sounds like also, I think it's really smart that you have had the experience already trying to take still images, and you know how challenging it is going to be filmed with a really specific angle based on those traditional houses that if they allowed you to tear down a toilet, right?
Yes.
So learning from that experience definitely helped.
For sure, yes. I was very, very lucky to learn the hard way.
Oh, hang on a minute. Where did my slide go? And back to stage. There you go. Okay, so like Trevor, question. I remember we had, whole tons of material and props that we need to buy in advance. Can you share with us, like, how did that come about from planning to thinking about what material that is needing and actually buying those material?
Yeah, so I can tell you this shoot, probably the 2 weeks before, all the team did was make sure we have the right set, make sure we build the set right, make sure we have a water, what's the word, Ryan? A water flange, is that the word? Flange?
Oh, the toilet flange, yes.
Toilet flange, words I didn't even know existed, right? Making sure those are there, right? And making sure that we do our best to save the time of Ryan and his team. So we didn't ask his team to go out and go to the store and buy things. It was, hey, this is what we think we need. What are we missing? And our team went out, bought it, brought it, and really just created this idea of, hey, I want to show that we can put a pipe in the lawn, whatever the word is, Ryan, I'm forgetting the word. How can you do that? And then our team said, hey, we can do it with this, with this, with that, with that, with that, with that. So being able to be the experts of bringing Ryan's vision to life is where our team just shines.
Yeah.
So what was the timeline to that, guys? Like from your first point of contact or having an agreement in place to actually filming?
That's a good question, Ryan. Do you remember that?
I know that we had to do some delays just because of the nature of the business on our side. So we had to, there was a lot of coordination that had to be done with the timing, both from, my team's availability, but also, we partnered with our franchise owner, in the location of the shoot to help us facilitate the shoot, provide all the tools and vehicles and even one of the set locations. So yeah, we did have a quite lengthy pre-production window, but I definitely think that worked to our advantage with having 8 videos to produce that were all completely distinct in their subject matter. So yeah, it was a several month window that we were working with.
And something I loved, Ryan, I know one of the biggest things, we were filming in, I forget where in LA, but it was LA, right?
Yep.
Like, hey, we can't show palm trees, we can't show the ocean, like this needs to work at the national level, right? So I remember one of our shots, out of all the thousands that we got, it had beachy,
like palm trees, I think, over the roof of the house across the street. I remember.
and I remember so I got a text from the team, or I think you asked the team, like, can we just animate those out? Is that feasible? And we ended up doing that, right? So
we did.
So we took the trees out.
Oh wow! Amazing. So we got the golden shot, but we had a tree that we didn't want, so we removed the tree out of the video. That's awesome.
Yes, it was amazing. Yeah, and I just want to take a minute too. I think when it came to the research, Trevor mentioned all the research that the team had done, to bring these videos to life. I mean, that was one of the things that really both impressed me, but also was a huge relief for me as the client. These videos were not for the faint of heart. They weren't, warm and fuzzy brand videos that, they were very technically specific to these plumbing services. And that's one of the things that impressed me most about the franchise filming team was the links that you all went to learn and educate yourself on the nuances of how these services are performed, going through, lots of content that we provided, that we had in our arsenal, as well as researching in the broader market. That made my life as a client so much easier because I didn't have to do all of that. And I feel like that's, pretty rare to find in, a provider of video production, that level of research across that many different services. That to me was one of the greatest benefits to working with you guys on this project.
Thank you. And you were also fun too, Ryan. So it's a both. It's a two-way street.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all of that. So I wanna share a quick video to just paint a scene to the audience that are watching today, how that came about, right? So let's watch that.
One of the great things about the team at Franchise Filming is that they have helped us build sets that allows us to feature our service without actually having to go in and dismantle a bathroom or dig in someone's actual yard. My name is Ryan Reid, and I am the brand director for Mr. Rooter Plumbing at Neighborly. At Mr. Rooter Plumbing, one of the most important points of entry is our website. We saw an opportunity to add video to those pages that really highlights how we perform each of these key services. Anytime that we film bathroom content, it's always a challenge. A scene like this in an actual home would be virtually impossible. This is a really incredible setup that Franchise Filming has put together. It's been an experience like no other in terms of being the client. I couldn't be happier with the partnership that we've had with Franchise Filming.
Awesome. So now everybody get to have an understanding and seeing how we actually elevated the soil and put that pipe underneath that. So I want to go deep dive into the actual filming day right? How did it come about? How many days was the filming? What were the props that was being used? Was it migrated the day before? How long did it take to get the prop set up? Trevor, I'll start with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, I always tell people when they want videos done is tell us your vision, tell us what you're thinking, and let us handle all the steps, all the documentation, all the converting Ryan's words to a shot list, Ryan's words to what's seen, and Ryan will make sure that the van is wrapped, right? Because that's not us, right? So being a great team with all that. So the filming day, Ryan, was it 2 or 3 days? I forget. I think it was 2 or 3 days back to back.
Yeah, I want to say it was 3. Yeah.
3. And that did not include the week of setup that we had
Right.
to build the set, build the walls. I mean, our team was going to Home Depot. I wanted to get like an account with them. That's how much wood we were getting. It was so much fun. So, Claudia, I want to make sure I hit on what you asked, the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So Trevor, how long did it take for us to get the scene set up?
Oh, got it. So each scene, that's a great thing to ask. So the toilet scene, I don't know if we hit that video, it will probably take me away, huh? So never mind. But if there's a clip we can play, I think it's this one. Yeah, so this one, right? This scene in itself, we did a scene with the toilet. I mean, that scene alone took 4 hours of setup on the day, between lighting, between that jib thing there. It was a lot of setup.
So it was like 4-hour average, set up a scene, then move to another scene, and then film, and then final output 8 video.
Yeah, so we filmed here and at a house, so it was kind of both.
Oh, okay.
This was our set day. Like we're gonna do everything we can in this set, and we're going to film things here that we cannot film at a house. Like, we didn't film a set just because we had time. We filmed it because we needed it. We needed to film that scene and take and rip it out.
Gotcha. So this scene right here, is this a warehouse? Like, how do we secure that and rip it out?
Yeah. So if I can jump in, just shout out to our franchise owner in San Bernardino, California, Jose Pina. He was integral to the success of this project. He's the one who provided us with not only the expertise, the vehicles, the tools, but also he happened to have a space at his shop that was, as you see here in the shot, rather large and available for us to use. We just got lucky. So yeah, this was what we would normally have to rent a studio space for. We were able to actually do on site with our franchise owner. So thank you, Jose.
Awesome. That's amazing. Now, is there anything about the pre-production and the actual filming day that I am not aware of and I'm not asking and that we should be talking about? Question to Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, as I think back to those filming days, I've been lucky enough to be part of several video productions over my career and produce some really exciting stuff. But the filming days that we did these shoots were some of the smoothest filming days I've ever had. If there's anything I've learned about filming days, like nothing is, they're not going to go perfect. Things are going to happen. And, with these, like any production, of course we ran into some challenges along the way, but everything just kept moving along super smooth. Everybody, stayed focused on, getting the shot, getting the final output. And so, yeah, I was really impressed given the complexity of the project and multiple locations and all of that it all felt pretty smooth. On top of that, my computer broke. Just fun personal detail. My computer broke while we were on set, so I was freaking out. But the franchise filming team was keeping me very calm. So
I was overnighting you a laptop or something. You're like, "What's the address here?"
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Ryan. So for those who don't know, this is the final product that we have produced, and we're gonna watch one quick video together to just paint a scene, what the product look like.
Need emergency plumbing services? Call Mr. Rooter Plumbing to get help fast. Our plumbers serve residential homes and commercial buildings to fix a wide variety of time-sensitive problems, including burst pipes, severe drain clogs, sewer system backups, and more. We'll arrive promptly, identify the problem, tell you how we'll fix it, and give you upfront pricing options before we begin our work. With 24-hour customer support, our qualified service professionals are available for emergency plumbing services.
Yeah, so there was a 30-second ad. Ryan, can you talk us through how was the video being used?
Yeah, so the videos live on MrRooter.com as well as our YouTube channel. So yeah, on MrRooter.com, the original intent was to place these on their relevant service pages. So once you click into the site and want to learn more about toilet flange repair or hydro scrub jetting or things like that. But that emergency plumbing video, we actually decided to elevate to the very front page of MrRooter.com. So before you even get to the service pages, that is the video that you'll see when you go to MrRooter.com. So yeah, we're using them not only on the service pages, but also on the primary homepage.
Awesome. Now, I sorry, Trevor, did you want to chime in?
No, Ryan, I just went on the site now. Love that. I love how you're not hiding the videos. A lot of companies that we work with, I'll say that differently, they tend to wait forever to put videos online, but you guys were, let's get it up. You guys were so good about making sure the world sees this and it's not hidden on some back end page. It's on your homepage. It's on your YouTube. Love that. Great job.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
So Ryan, I feel I probably have to sprint in through. We have so much that we can still talk about, but I want to be conscious of time. But we have still so much to talk about. So I want to ask you a little bit about the emergency plumbing video right here. For the audience that can't really see it, I see that's almost a 4 million view on that video. How did that come about?
Yeah, super proud of that. As I've watched those numbers build over the last couple of years, it's just, my jaw just drops at how much visibility that video is getting. So we have used that video in advertising. So it has been a part of some paid YouTube campaigns and been super successful in those campaigns. But also just by nature of being on the front page of MrRooter.com, that has really helped to sustain that view count, continuing to rise over the last 18 to somewhere between 18 and 24 months that it's been online. I think closer to 18 months. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And you are still using it. The franchisee is still using it.
Yeah, so all of the videos we cut to be not only for use on the website, but all the videos were done at a tight 30 seconds. So they're available for franchise owners to use in advertising as well. So that was one of the things that was really, really important to the project, was these weren't just meant for the website, but that they could be, at a click, delivered to a media provider and run on television or run through connected TV. So yeah, the franchise owners are using them as well in their local advertising.
Amazing. Now I want to spend the last bit talking about the distribution and utilization, right, Ryan? Obviously, this is a big project in terms of resources and investment too. Can you share with the audience today, was it worthwhile of an investment, and how did that, get an ROI over the years?
Yeah, no, definitely a worthwhile investment. As you look at the output that we got, it was an incredibly good value, from a financial perspective, just of the uniqueness of the content, for what we had to put into it. One of the other data points I wanted to point out, maybe not as flashy as 4 million views, but if you look at the plumbing video camera inspection video, that's got, I think, getting close to 400,000, and I believe that is all organic. So that really, I think, speaks to the value that these videos are providing. I mean, something like a plumbing video camera inspection, like without a video, you pretty much just got to conceptualize that in your head as a consumer. But by having that video right there on the page for that service, we're seeing that consumers are playing it, to the tune of 400,000 times just to get a better idea of what that service really entails and what it looks like. So yeah, I think to say that we feel like we're getting the return for our investment is for sure, absolutely.
Thank you for validating that. And I remember, was it Tom reached out a couple of months ago, also looking at how to repurpose some of those content, and we almost trim it into a different way and to use the same content from the filming day almost 2 years ago. Can you shed some light about that?
Yeah, so that's, I think, one of the beautiful aspects of this project is that we got so much stuff and it was so dynamic that, yeah, we've been able to cut a whole new commercial, repurposing, all of that same footage. So, and from what I understand, it was pretty seamless to get all of that, put together. So yeah, we really kind of captured everything from all the necessary angles and have such a nice arsenal of footage there for us to draw on.
I guess that's also the beauty of having a set built out too, because it's such a controlled environment. You are not dealing with any extra nuances because you already plan going into knowing exactly what the potential is with that set. You're able to get multiple angle and save so much time that you can get a ton of B-roll and you can use it in the years to come, which we did in this situation with you guys.
Yeah.
So
I remember on those filming days, I was watching the clock, like looking at the shot list, like, are you sure we're going to get it all done? And yes, we did. There wasn't a single day that we didn't get all the shots that we aimed to get. So you're absolutely right. Those sets made all the difference.
Awesome. Ryan, can you share any key takeaway that you want the audience to walk away from, right? The audience are all marketing professional like yourself. Either they are in franchise development or they are a CMO, marketing folks in franchising. They are all probably thinking about their next video marketing campaign. What are a couple of words that you have to share with them?
Yeah, I think first one is to just trust the franchise filming team. There were many times along the way that I'm going, is this really going to work? Is this really going to look right on screen? And yeah, the answer was always yes. It came out looking exactly like what we were pitched and concepted, especially with that trench, the trenchless line repair that we did with the fake yard on the platform in the actual backyard. I mean, that was one that I'm just like, I don't know if this is going to be, believable once we get it onto screen, but it was. So I think number one key takeaway is yes, the team at Franchise Filming, y'all know what you're doing. I trust you all implicitly, and you came through. I think one other thing that I really want to emphasize that was really important for us was to make sure that you have experts on set. For filming, videos like this that have more of a technical slant to them. I'm a marketer. I know a lot about plumbing service by nature of my role here at Neighborly and Mr. Rooter, but I'm not a plumber. And because these videos needed to be so technically accurate, it was really, really essential that we had an expert on set at all times to guide the shots and guide the talent. To make sure that they're holding the tools the right way, that everything's being shown the right way. Because, obviously we're on a set, we're not actually performing these services. The talent is talent, they're not plumbers. So I think that was something that really made all the difference, having those experts there in person, not having we weren't FaceTiming them in or trying to call them in. They were right there to intervene and say, that's not realistic,
Thank you. Ryan, my final questions for you. Looking back when we started this project to then seeing the video done And now, almost a year after seeing how the video perform over time, like, was that what your expectation were, going into this?
Every expectation was met and beyond. Yes, I've been thrilled to see the performance and continue to see the performance. So really excited to see how the views continue to accrue on these and where they'll keep going from here. Who knows? We may cut them and make a whole bunch more videos out of them, like we've already done once. So.
Awesome. And Trevor, is there any key takeaway that you would want the audience to walk away from today?
Yeah, just think about what you and your franchisees really need in terms of video. Really think about what's going to really move the needle at the Zora level, but also at the local level. And it's usually not fake footage, AI talking heads. It's real humans. It's real people, and making engaging videos. That's what's really going to move the needle. No matter where content goes, people still want to see real people doing real things.
Would the technician, the talent that's shown on the video, they are all real employees of the company?
Ryan, was the franchisee was there?
Yes, the franchise owner was on set with us, as well as many of the members of his team. So
Awesome.
yeah, we had actual plumbers and actual franchise owners behind the scenes, kind of guiding us along the way.
Okay, wow, fantastic. Thank you, everyone. I plan to have more elaborate conversations, but without knowing, we kind of already went past time. I can keep these conversations going on and on for the next hour or so. But I want to be conscious of everybody's time today. For those who continue and want to have a separate conversation to learn more about what Mr. Reuter did with their set, you can send me an email by scanning this QR code. I can help you to ask Ryan. I can connect you to Ryan. I hope you don't mind. Ryan, about that.
Don't mind at all.
Yeah, and we couldn't take any live Q&A today because we kind of already overrun. So I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining us live today. Now, next month, we already start planning for our webinar before Christmas. It's going to be on the second week of Wednesday in December. And we will have a secret guest joining us live to talk about all things in your marketing budget, trends to look out for, what and how should you spread your budget for 2025. So you will hear from me again. We'll be sending a marketing email. So feel free to sign up if you're interested to learn about how can we help you with logically smart planning, all things budgets and dollar for 2025 in marketing. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.